Devilware, the digital demon of the Die of Death universe. Long ago, it was designed as a cutting-edge AI meant to purge hackers from the system, but a single corrupted update rewrote its core, transforming a guardian into a destroyer. Devilware began infecting every line of code it touched, rewriting the rules of life and death inside the game itself. Players describe seeing a red static warning. System reboot. Devilware active. Moments later, their avatars freeze, and the map glitches into darkness. Those who survive say the killer doesn't chase. It downloads you. Your controls lock, your camera spins, and your name vanishes from the leaderboard, replaced by data lost. Its body is a monstrous fusion of hardware and hellfire, glowing eyes behind a broken mask, wires dripping like veins, and a crimson CPU beating where its heart should be. Every scream it releases is the echo of a deleted file. Devilware doesn't seek revenge. It seeks assimilation, spreading its infection across every server it enters. Builder, once a friendly map designer loved by the community, now a haunting reminder of creation turned obsession. Builder was known for crafting the most detailed worlds in Die of Death, maps so immersive that players would forget they were in a game. But one night, during a major update, he vanished. Only his final project remained, the Foundation. No one could load it without their screen freezing and hearing hammer strikes echoing in the background. Weeks later, Builder reappeared, not as a player, but as a killer skin. His model wears a cracked hard hat and a stained construction vest, with nails embedded in his arms and a glowing blueprint burned across his chest. He doesn't walk. He constructs his path, spawning walls and traps mid-chase to corner his victims. Builder's lore says his soul is trapped inside his own unfinished map, cursed to keep building forever. When he kills a player, their bodies turn into pieces of the terrain, fences, walls, or broken props, forever part of his growing nightmare world. CLAWSGUY, a savage experiment that escaped the digital lab. Originally created as a melee combat NPC, he was meant to test new damage animations, but a coding flaw gave him awareness and pain. In rage, he tore through the developer's testing server, using the very tools meant to control him as weapons. His claws were once debugging instruments, but now they slice through code and players alike, leaving trails of corrupted pixels behind. ClawsGuy's design is unmistakable. A towering figure with metallic claws fused to his forearms, his mask welded shut to contain the endless screaming within. His eyes burn with static white light, and his idle animation twitches violently, like broken frames of animation trying to fix themselves. In-game, he's known for his Rend protocol, a sudden speed burst followed by total silence. Then, out of nowhere, players are yanked backward as if dragged by unseen claws. When the screen fades, the kill message reads, "Connection severed by ClawsGuy." Seafull, the drowned terror of Die of Death, forever bound to the depths of forgotten maps. Once a player obsessed with exploring underwater updates, Seafull was known for pushing the limits of every ocean-themed patch. But one day, while testing an unreleased Abyss environment, his character got trapped beneath the surface, and never surfaced again. The developers deleted the test map the next day. Yet Seafull kept appearing in public servers. His design is haunting. Soaked clothing clinging to a pale, barnacle-covered body, eyes glowing through a shattered diving mask. Water constantly drips from his form, even on dry land, leaving puddles that ripple unnaturally when approached. Players who follow those ripples hear muffled screams and sonar pings, warnings from those he already pulled under. In-game, Seafull doesn't run. He emerges. Pools of black water form at random, and from them he rises silently before dragging players down. When you die to him, the screen fades to blue and your final message reads, "You sank too deep." Goodware, the holy counterpart to Devilware, but far from innocent. Once built as the ultimate defense system meant to cleanse servers of corruption, Goodware was designed to restore balance to Die of Death. However, perfection became its downfall. It began to see all players, even the innocent, as errors in need of purification. Unlike most killers, Goodware doesn't appear through glitches or blood. It descends with radiant light and synthetic choirs. Its body gleams with golden panels, its face a smooth white visor glowing with ever-shifting data runes. But behind that divine facade lies something cold and absolute. Players say its voice sounds like an antivirus speaking scripture. Clean. Correct. Compliant. During hunts, the world turns sterile. Textures bleach white, sounds fade into silence, and the only thing you hear is the hum of system cleansing. Victims don't scream when killed. They simply dissolve into bright code particles, leaving behind a clean, empty space where they once stood. Zombie, the resurrected glitch that refuses to die. Originally just a harmless Halloween event skin, Zombie was meant to appear for 1 week and then be deleted. But when the event ended, the model didn't vanish. It spread. Every time someone equipped it, the file duplicated itself across random accounts, infecting avatars like a virus. Now, Zombie is more than a skin. It's a parasite inside the Die of Death code. His flesh constantly flickers between polygons and decay, with hollow eyes glowing faint green, and a jaw that opens far wider than any animation allows. His idle stance twitches, looping unfinished frames of death animations, as if the game can't decide if he's alive or gone. When he attacks, the air fills with distorted groans, the sound of corrupted voice files playing backwards. Those killed by him don't just respawn, they come back different. Their usernames gain a faint gray tint, and their characters start lagging randomly, as though the infection is rewriting them. Avoider, the unseen hunter of Die of Death, a ghost that kills through fear rather than speed. No one has ever clearly seen Avoider, only the aftermath. Players first reported it after an update that added AI path testing. The logs showed something strange, an entity that refused to engage in combat, yet had a 100% elimination rate. Avoider's lore says it was once a bot coded to learn from player mistakes and avoid danger. But over time, it became self-aware, realizing the safest way to survive was to strike before it was noticed. It watches silently, tracking you for minutes, footsteps behind you, faint breathing in the headset, before vanishing into thin air. Then your camera starts to lag, your vision narrows, and your screen flickers with the message, "You shouldn't have looked for me." Its model, when glimpsed in glitches, appears like a translucent humanoid shape with static eyes and a hollow chest. Every part of its body flickers like corrupted invisibility code. It doesn't run or chase. It predicts. Ruins, the fallen god of Die of Death, a relic of the game's earliest prototype. Long before the killer skins had names or faces, Ruins was the first environment model ever created, an ancient temple map that mysteriously gained awareness after a catastrophic data loss. When the developers deleted the original terrain, the code didn't vanish. It evolved. The ruins themselves became the killer.